Hey guys, we're back at it again today. Um, Corey Thompson here with my friend Brett Carter with the Drive Marketing team. And tonight we got with us two great cattlemen, Jake Bloomberg and Jared Boyert. How we doing tonight, guys?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Glad to be here.
Hey, getting ready for your big annual Bred Heifer event coming up?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what you got on her this year, numbers and breeds, and what do you got cooking?
I don't know the exact numbers. I think there's somewhere around 30 some bred heifers and cows, a few donor cows. There's actually quite a few pregnancies on there as well. I know I have 4. I don't know how many Jake has. I feel like he's selling out all of his pregnancies because there's like 20 on there. But no, and that's, I think, kind of makes it neat too. I mean, the fact that a lot of those pregnancies, I think, go back to a lot of either stuff that he sold that's done well, or some of the things that we've sold and done well. And honestly, we just kind of went through some of our lists, and it was like, we got a lot of these coming. We kind of threw some of them pregnancies on there, and kind of, I don't know, makes it interesting, I guess, for guys that want to get started or whatnot. They can buy some of those genetics and get a calf right away.
Absolutely. Jake, I'm glad they got names underneath of us tonight because I barely recognized you, bud.
I know. Got rid of it. Got rid of
the majestic hair, and now you're just Jake Bloomberg again.
I know. No Matthew McConaughey anymore. Sorry, Corey.
All right.
Yeah, my side of things, mostly Simmentals, and there's a couple Angus. Mostly, I did put up quite a few pregnancies on this sale, and we got a few embryos and some special semen lots between both firms. But I just had a lot of people had some success with those pregnancies we sold last year, so we thought we do it again and see how it goes, and try to just give the people a little bit differences of, hey, they can buy a bred heifer, a bred cow, a bred donor cow, a pregnancy, some embryo packages, some semen packages, kind of a little mini production sale of kind of the new era, maybe what me and Jared try to do, and it's kind of what we offered to the public here on December 1 for Thursday night.
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of those pregnancies, I know you had they were in demand last year, and you had some success with some of those purchasers of those pregnancies. Why don't you tell us a few of them instances, Jake?
Yeah, so there were some people that some investor type, guys that they bought some pregnancies that looked for, to raise a calf, and try to send them back to me or send them to other, firms to make money, and, hopefully they make money on them cattle. There was a guy that bought 4 pregnancies from me last year. I can't tell you off the top of my head what he averaged on them, what the purchase price was, but he did give me first option on getting them back and selling for him on commission. And there's one that Lucky Strikes, they're going to show Kelton Arthur. She sold for really good money. There was 2 or 3 other ones I brought between 20 and 30,000. Another one brought between 15 and 20. And that was just one guy. There was also some other people that bought some pregnancies, and they just bought them for actually for their kids. Either they're going to be their kids' show heifers, or they're upcoming like a donor cow type for their operation. So it's just there's a lot of variation on what a lot of people think and their ideas. So it was nice to see that a little bit of difference in all aspects of the idea of buying a pregnant resale.
Right. Looking through you guys' sale here, and one thing that I think is cool about both of your programs is you're both progressive. It's the new stuff. It's the stuff that's happening today. I mean, I know we're going to talk in a minute about some pedigrees that are probably deep, but you guys, both of you, whether at Boyert-Core or there at Bloomberg's, you guys are all about making them fresh as you possibly can. What about some of these sires that you're using to breed these bred heifers to, or talk about some of these pedigrees for you guys that are maybe on the cutting edge of some things that you're doing?
Yeah. Honestly, for me, whenever we start breeding heifers, a lot of times, Nichols is not very far from here, and I've seen that Epic bull up there a couple times, and I like that bull. He's calving east, so we bred a lot of our semis that way. Most of them are bred that way. I know some of the keys on that sale, like they got bred to May we all of Wade's, and we use that bull a little bit. But honestly, for me, I mean, I try to find bulls that obviously have quality that the person could make something sellable in their first calf, but at the same time, we want them to have a calf. I mean, that's obviously the main goal is to have a calf where it's not huge and they can kind of do it on their own and kind of get after it. But some of those I think that we used mating wise, I mean, those bulls to me all look really nice and stud. On the pregnancy side of things, I know Jake's saying too, but like that next level bull that we have that we promoted last year in Oklahoma City, a lot of my pregnancies are on the semi side are pretty much all of that bull, and we'll have a lot of those. And I mean, he was up at 605 too, so Corey kind of seen him there too. But that bull, he's right now. I brought him home. He's breeding our fall cows right now. I just kicked him out with about 15 Simmental, whatever Angus cows, and I'm hoping it goes good. We used him pretty heavily, and so we used him quite a bit.
Too.
Pregnancies.
Me too. I'm hoping it works out really good because a lot of my donor cows are bred that way, Jared.
And that bull, I mean, his feet and legs and structure is incredible, and he's kind of outcross pedigreed to most modern stuff, isn't he?
Correct. Yep. And he's outcross pedigreed, but he's hairy, he's big bodied, he's huge boned. I like I said, he's running on those cows right now. He looks awesome just running on those cows, and we're pretty excited, hopefully. And so that kind of gives some of those people on some of them pregnancies an opportunity to kind of have some of those first ones on that bull in the next year.
Yeah, that's great.
Good deal. Well, hey, let's file right into these cattle here and talk over some of these things, Corey.
You bet. Jake, we're going to start with you. The lot one female, a Quantum Leap daughter, back out of Proud Mary herself. Maternal first to Sam, self-bred to Merit.
Yeah. So this would be one that probably is. We've done this sale for 4 or 5 years, maybe 6. I don't really know what our annual deal is right now or total is for me and Jared, but this would be one of the best that my personal operation has offered as a bred heifer or a bred cow or a donor. In our opinion, extremely balanced, good looking, huge bone, donor cow looking, and got the extra mass and substance and power. There was a few guys through here, and they're like, "Man, why wasn't she like broke and shown and whatnot?" But I don't know. One I got a lot of favor in. We are just selling half. There is an option to double up, but I hope you don't. Just to be up front with you, because I got a lot of faith in this this animal, not only for what she looks like in person, but proven pedigree. Corey would know as much as the Steel Magnolia cow family as anything with Proud Mary. He actually owned part of her at one time, and picture and video alone, I mean, I love that thing. And there's been full sib to this one. I got 3 or 4 in production that every one of them has had an FSA shot and have done very, very well for us.
Awesome. This is female that says bred to merit.
Yep. Bred up pretty early. I'm probably a little bit more aggressive with compared to Jared on maybe my calving ease. Sires a little bit. We own that bull together. We bought him from Cardinal, and I bred a couple heifers that way last year. And even though he's maybe not on paper or calving ease bull, mine came pretty easy. So I bred her up pretty early that way.
There you go. Good deal. Jared, we're going to roll in here and talk with you about the lot 2. Says it's Pots, a style by the Sandy 905 female.
Yep. We bought that cow a couple years ago on Humphrey's sale at the Iowa Beef Expo. Donors on ice. And we honestly, we got a couple donor cows in there. Her, the grandmother to a Hogs heifer that was Reserve Supreme, and then another Charlet that Sullivan's bought and we keep part of. She's bred to 24 carat. She's due there in the middle of January. And we bought her. She flushes good. We've got quite a few embryos banked. I think we got some. We did her to Dignity on point. And I think they might have done her to 24 carat as well. And she's bred back to 24 carat. But that cow has done well. There's a heifer on her sale. Actually, she was at that show this weekend, did well at the Down for the Cause. And then we haven't had a ton, but she flushed real good for us. Jake Cunningham sold a bunch. I think one of them won that Georgia National this fall here for a family down there. And she was shown pretty successfully herself. Jimbo used her to win the Hoosier Beef Congress when they showed her as a cow. So, awesome cow, awesome uddered, flush is good, still got a lot of life left to her.
I tell you,
the same year as your first Tammy daughter?
What's that?
Was that the same year as that like Angus Tammy daughter?
Yep.
That's what I figured.
Yep.
Who showed this one here then in Indiana?
Browns?
No. What is the name? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I was scrolling through Facebook the other day and I seen this picture on there and I thought you were advertising a bred heifer daughter of hers, but I did a little digging, found out you were selling the donor cow. That's something pretty cool to see an online sale like that. Holy buckets!
Yeah, we just like I said, some of them cows, we try to we get them, we'll flush them, and if we can get a good embryo bank on them, and I like I said, just trying to keep things relevant. We don't run a ton of cows. I mean, we between my brothers and I, there's probably as far as recip goes, ETs, there's probably only 100. And by the time you do 7-8 different breeds, you can't get too many in of each different breed. So for us, I mean, we've got a nice bank on that cow where we can continue to put eggs in. And, to us, it's like you either sell them when they still can work and get after it, or, you keep them forever. And so our goal as we continued on with this bred sale was to try to always kind of put some of those better cows that people can take and still make work.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake, hey, we're back to you. This lot 3 daughter, an own daughter of broker out of a Welsh's Do It Right cow, bred to the embryos on snow high seller last year, pandemic.
Yep. So I wanted to breed a couple of these sale cattle, the ones I had destined for like the bred sale. And I mean, it goes, all the way back to like breeding season when we think about what's going to be in our bred sale the next year. So it's not just like we're going to throw them together in 3 weeks before we need to clip them. But lot 3, broker daughter, incredible bovine, big, stout, rugged, huge boned, huge bodied, dimensional, stout, really impressive cow. Little tame, little low headed out in the picture pen. But I think like a cow that has a lot of different breeding options, rather if you want to, stick a little bit of club calf in her here every now and again with the broker and that side of things. I think she could work with that with her extra power and body. But I like to be the purebred operation. And we did her to pandemic, which actually his dam sold in this particular bred sale that me and Jared and the Cores have, and kind of like little customer appreciation sort of deal. But no, I like that one quite a bit, and I think she has a lot of value on both sectors of if you want to make some show heifers or some herd sires or want to make some show steers, I can get along as well.
What did Pandemic's mother bring in the sale?
$3,500.
$3,500 to 300,000. How about
for half? Yeah.
Wow, for half.
Yeah.
If that ain't a success story, I don't know. Find one. That's amazing.
And I'll tell everybody that, and we like that.
Yeah, those broker females are boy, they are getting it done. It looks to me like that bull is still very, very superior for Simmental genetics.
Oh, for sure. And you see him on, you check the pulse, you see him on both sides, either the steer or the heifer ring. So that's why I think that this one has a lot of value, and her body and her structure and her extra bone and her foot shape and her maternal ability, I think, is really, really exceptional.
Yeah.
It's funny, Jake, you just talked about broker being on both sides of the pedigree, and that's where Jared and I are headed right now. The lot 12 female, sired by Fortune out of the 665 broker female.
Yeah. We had a couple of these. There's 2 of these on the sale, and they were younger last year. They didn't get weaned until kind of closer to our heifer sale. That's why we didn't really sell them, and I just kind of wanted to keep them for breds. I honestly thought there for a while I was probably going to keep both of them. Albers from Nebraska, they bought a full sister to her 2 years ago, and we flushed her, virgin flushed her, and I think we sold. There was one on our sale that brings 20, and then there was 2 that we sold privately very well also, and so. There's been some full sister of these that have done well. They're both very, very nice heifers. Good looking, stout, hairy, move real nice. I like both of those. She's bred to Epic, and she's due in January.
I bought some embryos from Jared a couple of years ago, and I had an incredible full sister of this thing that got quick pneumonia and died on me. And I called Jared, and I was so mad at myself. So I'm probably going to be, there's 2 of these. I'm probably going to be buying one of them just so the general public knows.
Jared, he's got the boss lady with him now.
Yeah, we got the boss. The other one too. They're
there we go.
She's running around behind us.
Right.
Yeah. Jake, back to you. Lot 7's next. A daughter of Prophet, and again back out of the 18B broker cow, bred to Burway.
Yeah, so this be her second coming on second calf. we try to, I was a little down on my numbers on cow potential, what I have to go to put in the sale, and I wasn't really planning on selling this one, but I thought she was so nice and high quality that we want to keep the sale good, so I offered her up, and a moderate profit daughter that is very impressive in her body shape, extremely soft structured and balanced and good looking. She's bred up early to Berwick. She did have a really nice lover boy first calf last year that I kept for a herd bull, for a calving east sire for some of my bred heifers for next year and in the future. But a very impressive female. That's, if you got me on Snapchat, you would see her quite a bit.
Good deal.
And those Berwick cattle, they have just kind of taken the nation by storm in the show ring here this last year on a national level, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
We'll move right along here. Jared and I, we get the opportunity to talk about what I think is going to be Jake Bloomberg's second purchase on the night. If you follow these two guys on social media at all, you'll know Jake Bloomberg he is fascinated with Tammy, all things Tammy. I'm satisfied, Jared. This is a shoe-in purchase by Bloomberg.
Yeah.
About this relentless bred to legendary.
Yeah, when you were saying about Berwick, I was going to say, contrary to popular belief, what I might post sometimes about some Berwicks, they are pretty good.
They are good. Yeah,
There's that,
rightfully so. The Tammies are pretty damn good themselves.
Yeah, there's that Biggest Bulls on Facebook, whatever. I scroll that thing every day to find me a picture so I can post. But I've been checking out here lately.
Oh,
yeah. This bred's a full sib to be a full sib to Derbyshires that showed 2 years ago, and then the Green family from Michigan. They have a fall born that they're showing that won the junior show in Kansas City, and very, very nice heifer. And bunch of those, half sibs. There's been a lot of brokers out of that same mating that have done well, and one of them that Kathy Lehman bought. Would have sired been the dam of one of the higher selling heifers on our fall sale this year on the heifer sale. So those daughters have been generating well. I've got there's probably 7 or 8 of the, next levels coming out of the one of Derbyshires next year. So, we'll have quite a bit out of a full sister to this one coming. She's very, very high quality. I think one definitely someone can utilize.
Yeah, there's, you about have to be born underneath a rock to not have heard of Tammy. You guys have done such a good job with that female. She's done a good job for you guys. And so there again, we talk about relative cow families. I'd say that one there would be at the top of the game for you guys.
Yeah, she's done a nice job for us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's is that a bred heifer there, Jared?
Yep.
A woofy beast right there. And bred to legendary.
Yep.
What's the story on that bull?
We actually bought Jake and I don't really know how I ended up, like Carter Ward bought like an eighth of this bull and was like, "You want in?" And somehow I think I ended up owning like 1/16 of that bull. And like I said, I don't even know. We bought him in Denver from Chan Phillips, and and so we've used him a little bit. This heifer was actually at my brother's place in Ohio, Jake and Clayton's, and they had just kind of used some of that in the past to breed some of their heifers, and they used it. They used that bull to breed this heifer. So,
Corey, legendary is a sire of Berwick.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Getting educated. Yep.
Get out of that main road, Corey. Come on.
I knew that. Now you said that. You had flushed Steel Magnolia, the legendary, one time, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yep. Hey, Jared, this next one of yours, lot 22, is out of that great Berwick bull.
That's right.
And back out of the DD one-eyed jackdaughter.
Heck yeah, little white makes them right. Come on.
I bought these eggs from Jake. I had there was 3 of them, and I sold one on the heifer sale, and I kept this one and another one were split embryos. And I sold the other one last year privately, and I should have probably kept one. This heifer is really, really good. And I am not a fan of white legs. I'll be the first to admit it. Like, I don't like white-legged cattle. Jake, obviously, he had reserve at Louisville with one. So, I mean,
I don't get it. You like white-legged manes?
Hey, I was gonna say that good main cow's white sock.
Exactly.
I know,
you,
but
Corey.
I do not like white legs. I just don't. I don't
Thank
know.
you, Corey.
And but regardless of that, like I think that one she's one of the nicest breds for sure on the sale. She is wide, stout, moderate, awesome structure, good looking, and honestly, she's been that way her whole life. But like I said, they were split embryos, and they were just a little smaller than everything else for their age wise, and that's kind of why we just didn't put them on the heifer sale. But they're very, very nice. Or that heifer is, yeah.
Awesome.
Did you raise Edie, Jake?
No, I bought her out of Sullivan's back when they actually had a live production sale.
Oh.
And after I bought that cow, I think she was like a 3-year-old maybe. I laid over at Jared's.
And Jake took me out, and then I had to buy embryos.
Oh, here we go.
Basically what happened.
Here we go.
So she's named after John's wife and not your grandma.
Yes.
Just
Both are spicy. Both are spicy.
Yes. Oh. Jake, take us to lots 38, 40, and 44 out of, honestly, one of my favorite donor pictures in the business today, 04G.
04G is one of my favorite cows of all time. I love this animal. I loved her calves. Last year was our first litter of calves. They were Sam's, and I'll tell everybody I'm not really the biggest fan of that bull, even though he's like out of a cow I sold, whatnot. But I do love this animal. She's stout. She's bold. She's awesome uddered. She's huge footed. She'll never have her feet trimmed ever in her life. She's dimensional. She's incredible. I love her. I got some remedies coming. Next level of Jared's bull. I pretty much just put this lot up to talk about our pregnancies, but we already kind of talked about them kind of before we got into the cattle. No, this is one of my favorite animals that I've had for purebred Simmental wise that we've had around here. She had a nice show career. She only got shown twice as a big heifer, but as a cow in the pasture, I pulled her out of the pasture the day before that. Shaved her neck and her head, gave her a bath, and Will Blankers clipped her body for me. And we went out there in the picture pen, and it felt like about 10 seconds. And John Reeser was like, "Yep, we're good." I was like, "Are you sure?" I don't even know if her head was up. But no, I'm a big fan of that cow. Big fan of a lot of the cattle in the sale. Proven pregnancies, proven genetics on the bred heifers and donor cow lots, embryo lots, and semen as well.
Gotcha. Hey, you just hit on that semen deal. There's quite a bit, and we're talking about a sale December 1st on SC online sales. The cattle, if a guy wants to get in the truck and just come look through these things, are they split? I mean, each one of you've got cattle.
Yep. All the most of the first odd numbers are all at Jake's, and the evens are all in Iowa.
Okay.
And all of them recips of Jake's would be there. So basically, whoever it says on there for the consignor, they're either in Iowa or they're in Illinois.
Right. Good deal. Trucking probably don't need to let that to be of any concern this time of year. Getting cattle moved around. What's your plans there?
No, we'll work with people. We'll have trailers going back and forth all the time. I know a lot of times, heck, I might even take some over to Jake's. People pick them up there. He brings them to my place. Pick them up here. And then we use several guys that kind of are traveling around out and about, and we can usually get something on a truck. I know last year, I think within 2 weeks, I think the majority of the breads were shipped out and got to people. So it was pretty smooth.
Mine was 9 days after the sale.
Wow.
Everything got from Texas to Texas was probably the farthest. No, Texas, California, like they were shipped out, which was good for everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, thanks a lot, guys, for being on the drive tonight, and good luck with your sale. Cattle look great as usual.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.